I work safe. It's part of my responsibilities. You may have a lot of things going on, and people might not be thinking about what's going on at that particular moment. So it's good to have somebody else there to actually remind you of why we're all working safe, and responsibility being a good reason to do so.
I work safe because of my family, primarily my wife and my son. I want to make sure I get home in one piece and be able to play with my son and be able to cook meals for my wife.
You know, if I don't work safe and I get hurt at work, I'm in the hospital, I can't help my wife, can't help my kid. You gotta work safe.
I work safe because, well, obviously I want to go home the same way I came. Don't want no injuries while I'm here, with me or others, so.
I work safe because it's the only way I know how to work, or we should work. Getting hurt at work will significantly impact personal life. I've been injured before and outside of work, and it did have a significant impact for myself and my family.
I work safe because I want to get home to my family the same way I got here.
I work safe for, at the end of the day, I could go home safe.
I work safe not only for myself, but for my family, my friends, even my coworker. Most importantly, I'm a mother, so my goal is to make it home safely to my daughter every day.
I've got 4 kids, and they count on me. And everything I do, both here at the Chicago site as well as outside of here, is all about those 4 kids. And to think that I could get injured and not be able to provide for them or my family would be devastating. So why I work safe is for those 4 kids and my wife, to make sure I can bring them what they need each and every day, and to make sure they have what they need to grow up and be the young adults that I hope they'll be someday.
I work safe to go home to see my wife and new grandkids, and my regular 2 boys that I enjoy my time seeing them, and my place in life right now is I'm in a good place in my life right now, and I want to continue things that way. So that's why I need to focus on what I'm doing and work safe with everything I do, and slow down and take my time doing things so that I don't risk any injury whatsoever.
I work safe because I believe that the same way I come to work and my coworkers come to work, I want them to return home to their families.
I work safe for my family and my kids so that I can go home to them the same way I left.
The reason I became a MERT is because I had an emergency here, and I looked at everybody that responded. I was like, wow, it's a great group of guys that helped me. And looking at it, so I just thought that I wanted to join the MERT team also, to help others.
I became a MERT to help people. Somebody gets hurt, somebody chokes on a candy or taking sensory tests, I'll be able to jump in there and apply the CPR I need to help them make it.
I became a MERT because I like to help people. My time on the MERT team has taught me empathy, taught me how to really care about other people.
First time you get a MERT page, it could be the first time or the last time you get a MERT page, regardless of your seasoned MERT or a new MERT. The first thing that goes to my mind is, oh my God, are my fellow associates okay?
So many thoughts go through my head, like is it serious? Is it just minor? It's just, it varies so much because there's so much that can happen around here.
My time on the MERT team has taught me to be more compassionate. When someone's injured, you never know how they're feeling or what's going through their head, and you need to be that sturdy person there, making sure, keeping them calm, because if you're panicking and they're panicking, then it's just crazy. So it taught me patience and compassion.
I have 2 brothers here at the site. We have a great relationship at work and outside of work. One of us gets hurt, it's not a good thing.
I have 4 kids, 3 stepchildren, and I have 5 grandkids. And if anything were to happen to me, I wouldn't be able to spend time with them depending on the accident. Something happened to my hand, I wouldn't be able to play ball with them, play catch, carry them.
Some things I love to do with my father are play pool and darts and board games. Some things I like to do with my dad are play basketball or like play baseball with him.
With our mom, we usually travel a lot, so we have a lot of fun, different states and different areas.
I like to play sports and ski. I like to play sports and I like to go to the park.
It would affect me at home if my father was injured at work because he does a lot of the cooking and a lot of the work, and it'd be hard for my mom to do all the work without him.
We wouldn't be able to do what we usually do every day, and like we won't be able to like play basketball because he's probably gonna need more rest.
We won't be able to spend as much time together, and I won't be able to see him that often.
I would be nervous, and I would want to call them if they're okay.
A significant injury would change my life outside of work drastically. You know, I wouldn't be able to play with my son, wouldn't be able to, again, cook meals for my wife, transport to and from work or to and from baseball games, t-ball games, stuff, the things that we enjoy as a family.
An injury will impact life, personal life, as little as throwing a baseball or a softball around. And people that know me, my kids are involved in sports. We had a situation where it was a father-daughter game going on, and while I was injured, was not able to participate, and that just like opened up my eyes to why making sure coming home in one piece is important.
A significant injury would change anybody's life, including everybody that is close to you, because it will affect your day-to-day operations of everything you do outside of work. So you always want to work as safe as possible to go home safe and enjoy your family and outside work activities.
To me, safety is first and foremost the thing we've got to focus on every day, because it can impact our lives tremendously.
I feel like I work in a safe place. I feel like the safety team does a great job with being proactive. They have a lot of, safety guidelines in place as far as lockout, tag out, near miss, see something, say something. So I feel like it's very important.
I do feel like I work in a safe place. Safety is number one thing here at the site. And it's very important for all of us to do that day in, day out with every activity that we do.
I feel like this is a very safe place. There's a very large emphasis put on safety here at work, and which helps everybody in the long run.
Now I would like to end today with a thought-provoking question. Do we, at Mars Chicago, work in a safe place? The answer to that question is that we work in a factory with high-voltage electricity, motors that rotate at thousands of RPMs, and equipment that can cause life-altering injuries in the blink of an eye. Each one of us does our best job every single day to reduce all this risk as much as possible, but there is no such thing as a 100% safe workplace. No matter how safe that we feel here at Mars Chicago, it is imperative for each of us to stop, risk assess, and control every single day to ensure ourselves, our fellow teammates, and the entire Mars Chicago family make it home to the ones that they love.
Complacency is the silent killer. How? It's basically an overconfidence in yourself. Don't get me wrong, be confident, be great, but be careful. Sometimes we get in this routine of doing things that become habitual, and it's around that point where we start to become complacent and make regrettable mistakes. In our case, it could be an operator who doesn't check the lanyard before working at heights or takes off their earplugs because it's uncomfortable. These are complacent acts that could easily lead to death or injury. What about the forklift driver who can drive with their eyes closed and do their job in their sleep? That's complacency. It's the natural enemy of skill. What if our food safety team became complacent in the way they clean because in nearly 100 years we haven't had a recall from this factory? See, one complacent act followed by a perfect storm of events can lead to a tragedy and there's no turning back. You walk by a piece of wood on the floor and you think, it's no big deal because anyone can see that, until someone doesn't, because they're carrying something and they slip, break an arm, maybe tear a ligament, you name it. Sure, accidents happen from time to time, but all accidents are preventable. Your own actions and choices lead to this result. So let's say there's a 1 in 1,000 chance of getting hurt while working unsafely. That means every time you perform this unsafe act, your chances of getting hurt will only increase, and your skewed overconfidence grows with it. This behavior doesn't end in the workplace either. It rarely does. How many of us get lost in thought while driving and think, wow, I'm already almost home and time just flew right by? No, it didn't. You were on autopilot performing an unsafe act that you performed 999 times before, and your luck's just about to run out.
I would like to start by thanking all of the associates that have shared their safety stories today and the impacts that these have had on them and their families. I understand these are not always easy to share, and I hope that these will help you, as much as they have for me, realize the undeniable importance of associate safety here at Mars Chicago, and the importance that every single associate gets home the same way that they came in every single day.
Work safe.
Work safe.
Work safe.
Work safe. Work safe. Be safe.
Be safe and get home safely.